Hello everybody. It has been an interesting start to the morning. I have not been able to do my normal live session over on Insight Timer because of technology. Technology has been not my friend this morning because it has been trying to just not work in general. So unfortunately, this week's live doodle session will not be happening over on Insight Timer where it normally is. But hey, what can we do? Sometimes these things happen when there are updates beyond our control, and those updates send some surprises our way. So apologies for the delay, but at least we have this platform in which we can go live, because the thing is that if you are late to your live session on Insight Timer, then they close the window and the event doesn't happen. Fortunately, here on YouTube, we still have some grace, a little bit of leeway. So every Friday, if you're not aware, at should be 10 o'clock EST, it is now 20 past 10, I do a live doodle session, and this is a session for us to just have a weekly practice of being present, being creative. It is an active form of meditation. It is a mindful practice where we witness, reflect, and just quieten our minds while we focus on the act of doodling. I always start these sessions with a little card draw for an additional a little injection of inspiration and for contemplation as well, because that's always a nice way to focus our minds. And it is intended to be just a few minutes, 90 minutes or so, of extracting yourself from the external noise and getting quiet so that you can actually hear your own thoughts. And it's interesting because today's theme is thoughts. The doodle that we're going to be creating is centered around thoughts. So yes, it is very apt that we be mindful of our thoughts. And here is today's card draw. And that is our card. It says, spirituality. I acknowledge that we all take different roads to seeking fulfillment and happiness. I connect to my spirit in ways that feel authentic to me. How lovely. All about authenticity. And of course, so much about knowing our authentic selves is actually getting to know ourselves. And that is often revealed in the thoughts that we have. So very appropriate for today's doodling session. We are drawing today thoughts as clouds. So we're going to be drawing clouds. Let me just change my screen. This gives you an idea of the doodle that we're going to be doing. Obviously, it's not going to look exactly like this because every doodle session that we do is unique and the designs that we'll end up drawing are unique. But it gives you an idea of the concept for today. So we're going to be drawing clouds as thoughts, and the invitation is to call to mind the week, based on the week that you've had, because this is our weekly session. Based on the week that you've had, what are some thoughts that have either been repetitive or that have been noticeable in either in their persistence or in their intensity, and to use this time to contemplate that, just to process, just to shine the light of awareness on them, not necessarily to solve or resolve anything, but merely to acknowledge, because that's the first step to changing. And when you acknowledge it in an external way, that's when you're able to process them. So, or do something about them. So let us start with a breathing exercise, a drawing our breath exercise. So grab a piece of paper and a pen. I'm going to select a new layer here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to draw lines. You can draw however, in whatever direction that you want to do. As you do an in-breath, let me just change my color here and the size of my pen. As you draw an in-breath, draw a line, doesn't need to be straight, and then lift your pen, and as you exhale, continue the line. And that the line is the same or in correlation to the length of your breath. So the length of the line correlates to the length of your breath. So let's do this for 10 breaths. Let's go. So okay, so hopefully you're feeling more grounded. I certainly am after the turmoil of this morning, the last 20 minutes, and I personally was completely on time. I was ready to go, and then when I went to go live, the tech decided I needed to restart my computer, not once but twice. So yeah, this breathing exercise has brought me back grounded, present, calmer, and ready to do some doodling. So if you are new here, if you're watching this for the very first time, perhaps you have stumbled across this video by chance, then I like to make use of a little tool to help me with the drawing practice, and it is a wheel. And this helps take decision fatigue out of the creative process. So yeah, there's less pressure, there's less expectation, it's left a chance, and gives a sense of freedom and following the flow and intuition. So we've got two wheels here. One tells us how many different designs we're going to be doodling, so how many different sections, and then we've got a second wheel, and that's going to tell us which doodles we're going to do. So I have a reference sheet for you to refer to. This is the reference sheet, 3 columns and 17 rows with different doodles in each cell. And so the wheel will tell us which column and which row, and therefore which design we're going to be drawing in each particular section. If you want to get your hands on this, you're most welcome to do that. You can get it as a free download over in a chat thread that I have in Substack. The link is in the description, so you can go and grab that. Otherwise, you can just follow along, and I will be showing you which of the doodle designs we're going to be using according to the wheel. So the number of sections, let's do that first. And as today is a cloud-based theme, this is how many clouds we're going to be doing. So 4 different clouds, right? And then we're going to spin for our doodles. But first, let us go ahead and draw our clouds on our page. So you can decide exactly where and how you want your clouds to be. So go ahead, they don't need to be in any kind of special shape or size. It's completely up to you. Just draw some clouds. So we're drawing 4 different clouds. In different sections of our page. Nice big fluffy clouds. And we're going to be doodling inside each of these clouds. So bear that in mind as you are drawing them. There we go. So those are the 4 clouds that I'm going to be doodling in. And now we can go and see which of the patterns we're going to be drawing. So let's get our wheel, spin the wheel. So the first one is A10. And what I'm going to do, also something new, is I'm going to draw all of the, or spin for all of the doodle designs to start with, so that we've got them already ready to go. So A10, A17, C11, and C14. Okay. So those are our doodle designs. Let's go and have a look, see which ones they are. So, in fact, I don't want to have that one there. So A10, 17, C11, and 14. So let's see here. Come on. So A10, '17, and it was C11 and 14. C11 and C14. Okay. Those are some cute designs for us. Okay. So now we can go ahead and start doodling, and the choice is completely yours which design you want to start with. I will start in the order with which we selected them. So I'm going to start with our A10. So coming into our page, you can choose which cloud you're going to start with. And this is a lovely design in that it's very fluid. So you're just going to start, and well, this is the way that I like to start, is just to start with these kind of almost like floral stamens or little bug antennas. And it kind of goes very nicely with the whole cloud theme, that it's going to end up being all curly in its design. So that's where we start. That's our starting point. And then from there, you're just going to start following the pattern round. So you can start from the inside or the outside, it doesn't matter. And just start following your line. Be mindful of how you're holding your pen. Notice how tightly you're gripping. Loosen your grip if you need to. And start to contemplate the thoughts that you notice. What thoughts are coming up? What thoughts have been present? What thoughts did you notice in the week? And just notice, no judgment. if anything's coming up. Notice your response. Whether it's related to your drawing or unrelated completely. We're just following the curve of the line. And it's actually the perfect doodle design for this, because clouds can be ominous looking, swirling, moving, changing shapes, as our thoughts do. They're not static, they change. And it's helpful to make use of the metaphors, thoughts as clouds, and just notice them floating on by. You don't have to get caught up in them. Just watch them swirl and move. So there's our first cloud. I do like that design. I think it lends itself very well to a cloud doodle. So we've done A10, moving on to A17. That is these lines with kind of leaf viney bits, and then the background is all stripes. So I think that based on what we're going to be doing, I'm going to do this little cloud here. So if you're following along, then you can go ahead and do your next pattern in your next cloud. And think about other thoughts, invite other thoughts, witness whatever thoughts. I just noticed a thought that I had about how loud the planes are today. We, as the seasons change, in our apartment building, they haven't yet turned off the heating, so we have the windows open. And that means all the outside noise is coming in. So you can just decide how you want your little viney bits to curve and move. I kind of want to embrace the swirliness of the clouds. And then we're going to go in with our leaf motif. Remembering to breathe. This is a relaxation activity. This is a gift to yourself. This is self-care. If you are following along with the doodles, or if you're doodling something else or working on something else. I oftentimes like to do my own doodles while I have somebody else doodling in the background. So I totally get that. Notice how you're feeling emotionally as well. Is this calming you? Is this making you more anxious? There is no judgment here. It's just a kind of a gauging your temperature, just noticing. Especially if it's something new to you, it can feel uncomfortable, and that can be a source of anxiety. started out, that's how it used to be. Also because I was wondering whether I was doing it right. And there is no right or wrong. Because this is not about the outcome, it's about the process. And I find the more I do this, the more I benefit from doing it. The more relaxing it becomes, and the more I feel I need to do it on a daily basis. As a well-being practice. Okay, now that the viney bits are done, just gonna go ahead and add the background to the cloud. Straight lines, straight-ish lines, they don't need to be perfect. And notice if your brain has any thoughts about the repetitive nature. Does it start to get impatient or bored?
Okay, so my second cloud is done. That is our A17. So that's 2 of the 4. And so now we'll move on to the third one, C11. And that appears to be this one. Right here. I think I'm gonna, where this design is horizontal, I'm gonna do it vertical in my cloud-ish. So there's 2 ways that you can do this one. You can either draw parallel lines and then make your diamond shapes out of it, or you can just go freehanding with the floral design. I think I'm going to do the parallel lines. So just starting in one direction, and then you'll crisscross in the opposite direction. Okay, and then once you've got your grid, you can just start to fill with the little floral designs. And we will be filling in the negative space between each of the leaves or petals, like so. So that's what we're going to land up with in the end. And so you just go. You can decide whether you want to do the negative space all at the end or as you go. Completely up to you. that took a little while. And so now we go on to our last one, which is C14. That's an easy one. So there we go. A couple of little circles. And I guess a nice one for clouds as well. So we're going to start with the outline. And we create these little pockets. Be perfect at all. And there we go. We have finished our clouds with our 4 different designs, and we have come to the end of our session. This is our weekly session of doodling. I hope that you enjoyed coming along and doodling along. And sorry for being late, but I hope that you enjoyed it. I found it very peaceful myself, and it was very interesting to witness the thoughts that were popping up, and actually came up with a couple of good ideas, which I'm going to now go and write down and make a mental note of. So that's the invitation for you as well, to journal about what thoughts might have come up for you during this session. And that's the beauty of these sessions, is that it gives our brain a moment to process all of the thoughts that are going through our head at 1,000,000 miles an hour every single waking hour of the day. So hopefully you found some value in this. If nothing else, hopefully you're feeling a bit more chilled and relaxed. And if you want to do more of these kinds of doodling sessions, I do them weekly here on YouTube, also on Insight Timer, and the intention is also to be doing them on Substack. I'm just waiting to get the technology in place to be able to do all of them simultaneously. But in the meantime, we do what we can. And Trish, yay! So glad to see you here. Thank you so much for joining. Apologies again for my Insight Timer technical glitch this morning. It's the first time that's ever happened that I have not been able to do my live session. Hopefully next week it will be back to business as usual. So thank you again so much. Remember to keep exploring your authentic self in whichever means is meaningful to you, and let me know if you've got any questions, or if there's any particular kind of doodle art or digital illustration practices that you'd like to do more of or see more of. I'd be happy to oblige. All right, have yourself a wonderful rest of your day and your weekend, and I will see you in the next doodling session. Thanks so much.